Learn about Azure certifications for developers in this episode of Azure Tips and Tricks. In this video, we'll talk about certifications for Azure developers so that you know which ones there are and how to get started with them. But first, let's talk about why you would get certified. This is an important question before you spend time and money on getting a certification. The first reason to earn a certification is to learn Azure. When you study for an exam, you learn a lot about Azure. And even if you know a lot already, you'll be up to date again and expand your knowledge. And another reason to certify is to show the world that you know about Azure and that you have the skills to work with it. This can help your career and help you with new opportunities, even within your own company. So, earning an Azure certification is a good idea. Let's look at which ones there are. Certificates represent a role. For instance, you can earn a role for Azure Fundamentals. This requires you to take exam AZ900. Or you can earn the Azure Developer Associate Certificate by taking the AZ204 exam. There are more certificates, like the Azure Solution Architect Expert Certificate that you can acquire if you pass exam AZ303 and 304, and there is a Specialty Certificate for Azure IoT developers. There are more Azure certificates, but these are the ones that are most relevant for developers. And by the way, the exam numbers can change as Microsoft revises the exams on a regular basis to keep them up to date. To pick the certificate for you, you should go with the one that fits your level of expertise. The fundamental one is for beginners. The Associate Certificate is for people that have been working with Azure for several years. And the Expert Certificate is for advanced developers. Earning a certificate means taking exams, and it costs money to register for these exams. The cost differs per exam and per country. You can also use the Microsoft Exam Replay offer that is a bit more expensive, but does offer you a retry on your exam if you fail. On top of these costs, you might also run into costs for practice exams and in-person training, if that is the way you would like to learn. So, how do you get started? First, you pick an exam to take that counts to the certificate that you want to acquire. You can pick the certificate based on your level of expertise and what you want to learn. Once you've picked an exam, you need to study for it. On the exam website, you can download the skills outline, which tells you exactly which skills are measured on the exam. And then you can learn these skills either online or instructor-led. Microsoft offers free online certificate training in the form of Microsoft Learn, which guides you through a learning path specifically developed for the certification. Alternatively, you can get instructor-led training, either virtual or in person. Once you've studied, you can test your skills in a practice exam. These simulate the exam and Microsoft points you to the specific practice tests on the exam website. And when you are ready, you can register for the exam. You do that with Pearson VUE. You can choose to take the exam at an exam location or at home or in your office. The latter is called an online proctored exam, which means that an exam proctor will be monitoring you and the room you sit in through your webcam and microphone, whilst you take the exam. Finally, you take the exam. A Microsoft Azure certification exam consists out of many types of questions, including multiple choice questions, drag and drop answers to the right positions questions, and case studies. And when you are done with your exam, you'll get the results instantly, and if you pass the exam, you get a virtual badge and other benefits that you can show to the world. You can use Microsoft Azure certifications to learn about Azure and to increase your expertise. This helps you in your career and keeps you up to date. Go and get certified.